Uh, no, actually, before we talk about the J.K. Rowling stuff, I know what I want to talk about first. Hold on, folks. This actually, I woke up to this. You know what? You know what makes me happier than anything else in the world? You're free to guess. I'm taking guesses right now. I'm taking guesses right now in chat. It's too late. The thing that makes me happier than anything else in the world is waking up to free content. Okay? That's what I love most. I love waking up to free content because I woke up this morning to find that I had, in fact, been canceled. Damn, what are you going to do? If we go on Twitter right now, twitter.org.com, and if we search my name, I'm reasonably sure there's going to be some people who are mad at me. Terrible shit Vaush has done. Cool, so what? Even though there are non-binary people with more grievances about Vaush being non-binary phobic than this recent clip, being taken out of context invalidates all of that. Arguing over whether or not I think a group is queer, canceling Vaush, all of this in the past hour. Look, that's a tweet from me. Gushian, I think, was the one who I think kicked this one off, but I could be completely wrong on that. Yeah, here we go. What's going on with all this non-binary shit takes? Starts to sense a pattern cropping up. You should maybe take a real long, hard look with some serious introspection. There are some other folks too. Lex Than 3, I know, is a particularly egregious example of like the woke skulled brain-lettedness. But who knows how far this pattern goes back. I'm here. I'm going to set the record straight for you folks, okay? What has Vaush done? What has he done to get canceled this time? What consequences must he face for his impropriety? Well, the answer is none. Let's take a look really quickly at this clip, okay? This is the clip people are mad about. They took a 30-second clip from me playing, get this, Resident Evil 2, the remake, remastered, re-edition. Look, it's me down here, see? Look, it's me! People are treating this like this is new, but I was playing Resident Evil 2 at the time, and since then I've played Resident Evil 4, Dark Souls 3, and both of the expansions to that, Spyro, and half of Dark Souls 2. So this must have been, early November? I'm not entirely sure. Here, look, we can experience this content together, folks. Here, I'm even gonna shoot. And that gets complicated. In a pragmatic sense, like, hold on, I'm ready to get canceled. There are a lot of non-binary people for whom dating them would be, in most senses, functionally indistinguishable from dating a cis. Wait, this is Resident Evil 4? Damn, Resident Evil 4's graphics are fucking sick, dude. Holy shit. This game came out in like 1926, and it still looks good enough that at a glance I could mistake it for Resident Evil 2? Gender person assigned the same thing that they were assigned at birth. You know? So does it make you queer to not? Like, I don't know. Spoken like a king. Holy shit, how tired. Okay. I'm going to delete the Garfield so it never shows up again. Okay. Spoken like a king. So what the fuck was I even saying there? Well, what people seem to have interpreted from my statement, very much without my consent, was that I was saying non-binary people weren't queer. I didn't hear that when I went over the clip, though. I think what I was saying, and who knows what I'm saying at any given point in time, I think what I was saying was that being attracted to a non-binary person doesn't necessarily make you queer. I want to go into this really quickly. I must have been very tired back during that stream. Could you hear me slurring my words? That's fucking wild. I think right now Eva Unalove over on Twitch is actually talking about this exact subject. I really like Eva Unalove, the premier non-binary king, queen, monarch of Twitch. Are you ready for a 30-second advert?
To predict the weather could...
Fuck you. While that's running, I'm running my fucking mouth. I don't know how Twitch ads get past my ad blocker, but they can suck my dick. Anyway, really quickly, okay? So a lot of folks are mad about this. I'm here to set the record straight. If you're non-binary, you're a gender or sexual minority. But what I was talking about was that the complexities of attraction towards a person usually extend beyond just their self-professed identity. So I want to state, here, there's Eva. How you doing, Eva? If you all want to go in there and raid their chat, fucking...
People on my stream has been them cursing and then saying, wait, is it okay to curse on your stream?
Right.
No, absolutely.
I quite like Eva. I think Eva is quite nice. Very friendly in DMs as well. A proposal. Let's say, for example, that you're a straight dude, okay? You're a straight-ass dude. You're fucking beefy. You're fucking coated with body hair. You're heterosexual you're heterosexual as fuck. You don't even wipe your ass after you shit. You don't need to touch your asshole. That's fucking homo. Why would you, what you want to put your whole hand up in there? Maybe get your prostate and sort of massage it between your thumb and forefinger too? You're fucking gay? No, I'm fucking het, bro. I don't deal with that shit. That's out of my fucking wheelhouse. And you are going around and you're just laying dick. You're just laying dick, okay? You're just out there, you're just piping household to household, you know? And you're into girls. You like feminine girls, you know? Maybe not even necessarily trad wife types, you know, but you like feminine girls. You like the long hair and the dresses and the makeup and stuff. What are you gonna do, okay? It's very het. And you're going around, you know, you're doing your Tinder hookups, and mid-bone or whatever, like mid-fuck, you're like, you've got about 13 inches to work with, and you're about 7 inches in, you know, and you're having a good ass time, and you say something ascriptively feminine to the person you're speaking. Oh, what a good girl, who knows? And the person you're fucking responds back with, actually, I go by they, them, I'm non-binary. So, the het dude is still attracted to the person they're fucking, even though they're straight. Is their heterosexuality suddenly invalidated? Well, no, of course not. That's ridiculous. I don't think anybody would ever say that. Now, mind you, sexuality is also a matter of identification. So whether if you identify as gay, having sex with one person of the opposite gender doesn't suddenly make you not gay. So sexuality, like gender, is an identity thing. It's not something you can ascribe to others, but you can make some reasonable guesses. So if there's a dude who says that they're straight, but then you catch them for another 3 a.m. romp down at the glory hole where they're going to get fucking double teamed by bears for 6 hours straight until they can't walk and cum is pouring out of both of their holes, you can make a reasonable determination that they're probably, maybe considering not being fully straight. You would maybe cite it as evidence. If there was a courtroom case where you would talk maybe about what you think their sexuality might be, you might maybe smidge by, a little pan, maybe. So you can make ascriptions about a person's sexuality. I mean, people lie about their sexuality all the time, or they don't know about their sexuality. I'm not saying you should go around invalidating people's sexuality, like, oh no, actually you're gay, you're straight, you're bi. But again, you know, we make reasonable assumptions. So again, with the super big het dude who doesn't wipe his own ass, and therefore just has shit caked around his ass that's gone gray with time, is this person now queer for enjoying having sex with a non-binary person? I think that's a ridiculous assertion. Eva sends their love. Delightful. I send my love back. I think that's a ridiculous assertion. And why? Because attraction for many people is based in large part, not entirely, but in large part, on one's appearance. This is an uncomfortable truth for a lot of non-binary or trans people. Well, non-binary people are trans, but you know what I mean. For a lot of trans people, because it makes them feel like their identity is being invalidated by other people's attraction towards them. Talk, for example, to a transgender woman who goes on Grindr to hook up with gay dudes. It happens really, really often. Do you think those gay dudes are hooking up with the trans women because they're looking to have sex with a woman? Probably not. And that's knowledge that trans women have when they go into it because they want dick. And Godspeed to that. Grindr is cringe. I don't disagree. I actually deleted Grindr. It's too bad. Grindr is just a fucking shit dating site or hookup site that must suck, dude. Yeah, it does suck. It does. But we have to recognize that, to a large extent, one's attraction towards a given group, it's not as much, or at least not entirely, an identity thing, so much it is an appearance and behavior thing. I imagine that most straight men, who are straight in all other instances, or if they were to encounter someone who looked very feminine and acted very feminine, but nonetheless identified as a man, their attraction would be largely undeterred. Maybe affected somewhat, but largely undeterred, because appearance is a huge part of attraction. To which I must arrive back at 3 points before we finish this nonsense, which is that A, non-binary people or queer, or gender sexual minorities or whatever, the validity of a person's gender identity isn't determined by who is attracted to them. If you're a trans woman and you find gay guys are going after you, because I suppose you're far along in your transition, or you still come across as comparatively rather masculine, at least in their eyes, that doesn't make you any less of a woman. There are masculine women. And for 3, I don't think there's necessarily anything invalidating about being attracted to a person's body if it's associated with characteristics of a gender you don't necessarily identify as. Now, that might be different for a trans person because they've got a lot more going on when it comes to their fucking gender identity. But I've got wide hips. You can look at them. Maybe they don't show because I'm fat or whatever. But I've got maybe it doesn't. Maybe it's not showing off right now. Okay, I've got really wide hips. I mean, I actually have wide hips and a pretty fat ass. Now I can't really throw all this clothing off right there. And again, I'm a little bit on the chubby side. Maybe the stomach coming out kind of it gets rid of the hourglass shape. But I've got wide hips, and I've had partners who like the fact that I have wide hips. Having wide hips is a traditionally feminine characteristic, but I am nonetheless a dude. So if a person's attracted to that characteristic of me, even if they're bi and they kind of like that comparatively feminine aspect to my otherwise masculine body, does that make me less of a dude? Of course not. So it's more complicated than a lot of people like to say, and sometimes there can be feelings of invalidation that go along with it, but the idea that sometimes people will find you attractive because of your body pretty much exclusively and without really regard to your identity is not news to any trans woman who has ever hooked up with any fucking gay dude on Grindr. Everyone knows this shit, okay? This is not news. I am not exposing BreadTube to some sort of unparalleled truth. I am not fucking opening what's it in the first Indiana Jones movie when all their faces melt off? Everyone fucking knows this, okay? So yeah, my original claim back there, way back at the beginning of this, okay, that being sexually attracted to a non-binary person doesn't necessarily make you queer? Yeah, I'd take it. Oh, the Ark of the Covenant? Thank you, folks. Sorry, it's been a little while. There you go, okay? That's it. That's the drama. That's the whole drama. People are going crazy over here. It's wild. Look, I even found this whole fucking document. Look at this thing. This is Vaush Does Some Bigotry, version 1.2. Look at this. I love this too. Who here has seen, wait, raise your hand if you've seen the tweet. It's the tweet. It's, you did a transphobia. You did a xenophobia. You did a nationalism. You did a no growth. You did a, you know that tweet, right? It's like a legendary tweet, right? You know what I'm talking about? I don't know if I have the link to it, but anyway, that's what this reminds me of. The Vaush Does Some Bigotry. Vaush, he did a transphobia. He did an NB-phobia. He did a transphobia Nazi comic. Some more transphobia. Vaush hates women. Wait, hold on. I need to see some of these. I haven't actually checked any of these out. Hold on. I personally understand how what Vaush said could be interpreted as kind of yikesy, but I also feel like Gushian's tweets were kind of bad faith. Gushian's set up to be like the little fucking Keemstar of BreadTube. I think that Gushian is, in some respects, capable of acting in good faith, but I do think that she jumps on drama a little bit too quickly. But then again, I've done that same thing in the past as well, so who am I to speak of the situation? What do you think about Alex Holoka's suicide and Zoe Quinn in general? I did a video on that. I'm fine with Zoe Quinn. And Alex Holoka killed himself because the chickens came home to roost. He did terrible things and he didn't want to deal with the bad public perception. What are we going on? I know the infab is transphobia screens, and this is the casual enbyphobia we just did. What about this? But it's not a good dog whistle again, because the nose drawing thing would only really work if you were a Nazi. Okay. This one's also pretty fucking funny. It's edgy as shit, but if you don't think that this is funny, you're just wrong. This is, like, in terms of, like, comedic, True! I take back nothing. Hey, listen. Whether or not a joke is bigoted doesn't make it funny or not, okay? Jokes can be bigoted and still really fucking funny. The joke here isn't the bigotry. The setup and the punchline are done pretty fucking well. The setup is perfect, right? You have the 40% number with the trans people. Trans people finally get the Infinity Gauntlet, and they snap, and the actual target is directed against them because it's 40% suicide. Get it? I mean, it's transphobic as shit, and it's also inaccurate because it's not a 40% suicide rate. It's like a 40% attempted suicide rate within the past 3 years that gets mitigated heavily through social factors. But the actual setup of the joke is pretty well done, which was the point, by the way, of this video. And hey, have you fucking noticed, by the way? Have you fucking noticed, by the way, that since I did that video on how we need to find ways to imitate the sort of performative cruelty comic style of Stone Toss, that there have been lefty fucking comic makers coming up that all do stuff that pretty much exactly is what I was describing, with the performative cruelty and with the joking, with the being irreverent, and they're growing up really quickly, and all of them follow me on Twitter. Spurgsy and Bread Pains and several others as well. And Bread Panels. Interesting. People seem to like their content. And they all follow me as well. I wonder, maybe there was a good idea here? We just need to direct that energy not towards trans people? Vaush does transphobia some more. I need to see these. These are important to me. I'm the cool trans. Look at me. I'm the cool tranny. Look at me. Look, my tits are out. I validate all of your biases. I'm the cool trans. Look at me. I'm the cool tranny. Look at me. Look, my tits are out. I validate all of your biases. That's it? I just said the T slur? I'm being Blair White here. So out of context? Yeah, of course. That's why they have to clip 3 seconds of it. Even though Streamable allows you to clip like far longer than that. This is me being Blair White. I think it's a pretty good impression. Hey, hypers, if you think I nailed the Blair White here. I'm the cool trans. Look at me. I'm the cool tranny. Look at me. Look, my tits are out. I validate all of your biases. See? I think I fucking nailed it, actually. Why is Stone Toss's Twitter icon so degenerate? I don't know. He's a Nazi. They've got their own little fucking world going on. Vaush hates women? It's true, I do. Because I'm talking to you. The reason why I'm talking to you is because you, statistically speaking, if you're a femoid, probably a passive-aggressive catty bitch. I'm terribly sorry, folks. It's true. True! That's true. That's fucking true. I'm not giving any context to this one. I'm not giving any context to that one. I'm sorry. I don't need to explain shit. The capricious femoid, okay? You know what else fucking gets me? You know what else? It really bothers me when people shit talk dudes under the guise of feminism. It really fucking bothers me. It really does. That's misogyny? That's all it takes to be labeled misogynist by these delusional fucking brainlets. All you have to do is say you don't like it when men are shit talked under the guise of feminism. That's it. And all of this is from a stream clip that later got turned into a video about me explaining how the patriarchy and toxic masculinity lead to all of these poor, like, behavioral characteristics from women and from feminists. Dude, these people can't be reasoned with. Vaush being a reactionary. The YouTube video is done. I'm going to reveal my true thoughts. A lot of the people who are trying to cancel ContraPoints are fucking dejected, worthless, mentally ill basement dweller fucking queer people who have absolutely nothing to offer the world apart from their bitter scorn. So they lash out at people more successful to them, and they put all the time in the world into it because the only validation they get is out of performatively canceling people with more social capital.
True.
When I see fucking 30 tweet threads about how horrible ContraPoints is, it is impossible for me to imagine this person as anything other than a degenerate sucking off of the back of society like a leech.
True.
It's impossible for me to think of anything else. I know this is fundamentally reactionary thinking, but still, I can't think of anything else. All right, I'd like to take back something I said here. It's not reactionary thinking. There's nothing reactionary about calling out worthless no-lives whose online existence is determined and predicated entirely on their ability to shit-talk people who have done far more for others than they ever could in their entire lives. There's nothing reactionary about that. That's the most true-ass fucking legit shit in the world. I traveled to Tibet. A Sherpa took me up the mountain, and I learned that wisdom from a fucking dragon god who appeared to me from a pattern in the clouds. Okay, I retract nothing. It should be noted, by the way, whoever clipped this definitely felt called out, and they're mad. Calling them degenerates is kind of weird, though. I think they're fucking degenerates. I think it's morally degenerate for you to claim you're a leftist and then step back and all of your content online and all of your presence online is dedicated to undermining actual work being done by leftists who actually try to make the world a better place. I think that's degenerate. If we go as degenerate, meaning morally reprehensible, like it corrupts society, which I think is the broader sort of, prescriptive, what do we mean by when we say degenerate, then yeah, I think that's totally applicable. These woke scolds might accuse you of the same. Well, too bad I never go out of my way to criticize any of these fucking sensitive types till they come after me first. They're always the ones who fire the first shots because my fucking content has its own value. I don't have to rely on other people to make my content worthwhile. I can come on here and spend 4 hours talking positively about how we should do X or how the world could be better if we did Y, and that can be what I do, irrespective of anyone else's behavior. With their content, their online presence is predicated entirely on their ability to come off and look like they're better than the people who they're criticizing. So, nah, I feel pretty comfortable in my ascriptions here. Oh yeah, Starchy Shift. If all you saw of me with these clips, it would probably make me look pretty bad. But that's the thing. You could do this to literally anyone. Literally anyone. Why are people calling you a chaser now? I have literally no idea. Maybe saying you're attracted to trans people makes you a chaser. If you're sufficiently, if you're edgy enough, that makes you a chaser. So when if you're like Eva Unalove or someone else who's not unorthodox, then you could say oh, my beautiful trans brothers and sisters and NBs, and it's super cool and everyone's fine with that. But if I say, hey, some trans ladies are fucking hot, some trans dudes are fucking hot, then that makes me a chaser, I guess. I can only assume. No fucking trans people allowed. Vaush slurs a woman.
Christiosity just kind of seems like a fucking cunt, I guess, Big Puncher. I don't know what you want me to say.
That's it? I've called people cunts so much more than that. They had to be able to find a better clip of this than that. Holy shit, I've called people cunts hundreds of times. Cunt isn't a slur? I'd agree. If cunt is a slur, that's a pretty low bar, you know? So basically you admit it was all wrong and you disavow everything? Yes! And to cap it all off, I disavow all this horrible behavior from the seditious YouTuber Vaush, okay? I disavow all of it. It's all deeply reactionary. Should any words be censored? Censored by what? By the government? No. It's perfectly possible, though, to be not like anything you characterize and still deeply dislike ContraPoints and criticize her. I understand that you're in the mind not strawmanning because later characterize, criticize Contra, delivery and language there actually further marginalize people who are marginalized. I don't think I marginalize anyone with my behavior. I'm not saying that how do I marginalize people with my behavior? The only people I shit talk are the people who I call degenerates over there, who are choosing to behave in a certain way. I don't think that I'm marginalizing any group there, except for perhaps The unintelligent? If you want to go that way. What is ContraPoints? They're a smaller YouTuber than me. Don't worry about them. Okay? Don't worry about them. Not even making content anymore, to be honest. Get out of here. Yeah, I have literally never shit-talked any group of people for their identity. Even back during the Thought Slime, like, trans genocide drama or whatever, I never shit-talked trans people for being trans people. I only pointed out that a lot of the people shit-talking me on Twitter were trans, which, hey! Oh, you know, sometimes it hurts to be so right so often. But hey, I mean, that's a descriptive statement. That could even be considered amoral. I'm not making any moral judgments there. I'm merely referring to the fact, factual information. I took data, I took surveys, that a lot of the folks who were shit-talking me were trans. And that, my feed would have looked a lot better if there were no trans people on Earth. That's completely true. It was still cringe. I think a lot of people overstate it. Those Discord messages were nothing. What do you think about the Greta Thunberg memes? I'd love to know, but I can't click on that link because it's off topic, and we're already very off topic. Would you have Guccian on to hash this out if she approached you? Anyone can come on this stream to discuss any issue with me at any time, as long as they have enough YouTube subs. Am I a moral realist? No, I'm not. Not me, though. Conrad Cora, you had fucking argued with me on anything. Not me. Pig Puncher, you don't want to argue with it. These clout chasers. Get them out of here. Do you have any faith in the Indian protests against Modi's fascist government? Nah, not really. All right, can we fucking focus? That's it with the cancel shit, okay? Listen, it's dumb drama. Some people didn't interpret the NB thing appropriately, I think. I never said in the video that you weren't queer if you were NB or something. I think some people interpreted it as me saying that if a straight person is attracted to you, you're no longer non-binary. I have no fucking idea how they got around to that. But yeah, in summary, that was dumb. Everyone trying to cancel me is dumb. And yeah, there. That's my little mini dab. See, that's my little. It's a surfer dab. You see, woo! See, look at that.